a whisper on the wind, a call that beckons from the edge of the world. The call of St. Helena, a place where the past and present intertwine. St. Helena, more legend than reality, a remote volcanic island adrift in the South Atlantic. Its rugged beauty and isolation have made it a place of mystery and allure. For centuries, it was a secret haven for sailors, a hidden gem in the vast ocean. But its true fame comes from being the final stage for one of history's greatest figures. This lonely outpost became a prison for an emperor, Napoleon Bonaparte. Here he spent his final years, far from the power and glory he once knew. The island calls to those who yearn to step off the beaten path and walk where history was made. It is a place for adventurers and dreamers alike. Imagine an island so remote, its story is forever tied to the man it was chosen to confine. A place where the endless ocean meets the sky, creating a sense of infinite isolation. The air is charged with echoes of a fallen empire and the quiet dignity of a man facing his end. Every corner of the island whispers tales of his final days. What must it have been like for Napoleon, once master of Europe, to be caged by endless ocean, to look out at the vast expanse of water and know there was no escape? My journey began with this question, seeking to see what Napoleon saw, to feel the weight of his exile, to walk in his footsteps and understand the man behind the legend. Join me as we uncover the secrets of St. Helena, where nature's grandeur and human drama collide. Together we will explore this island of history and mystery, and perhaps find a piece of ourselves along the way. The Eagle in the Cage, Napoleon's final chapter. Once the most feared and admired man in Europe, his story would end far from the thrones and battlefields that defined his life. To understand St. Helena, you must first understand Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who once ruled nearly all of Europe with an iron will and a brilliant mind. His rise from obscurity to emperor was nothing short of legendary. His ambitions seemed unstoppable, reshaping nations and destinies, until his crushing defeat at Waterloo in 1815 brought his empire crashing down. The Allies needed a prison no one could escape, and St. Helena, a remote, wind-battered speck in the Atlantic, was chosen for its isolation and inaccessibility. In October 1815, Napoleon arrived on St. Helena, not as emperor but as a prisoner, stripped of power and hope, watched by the world. Stripped of his title, he faced the daily humiliation of exile, his every move monitored by British captors determined to prevent any chance of escape or return. His world shrank from the vastness of continents to a few square miles of harsh volcanic rock, battered by wind and sea. For 6 long years, he dictated his memoirs, tended a small garden, and clashed bitterly with Governor Sir Hudson Lowe, who enforced strict rules and deepened his isolation. The master of battle now fought new enemies: boredom, despair, and the slow decline of his health. The silence of exile was deafening. Napoleon, the eagle, was caged, forever gazing at the endless ocean that separated him from his past glories, his family, and the world he once commanded. Yet even in captivity his legend grew. The world watched, fascinated, as the myth of Napoleon outlasted the bars of his prison. St. Helena became the stage for his final, most human struggle, a battle not for power but for dignity, memory, and meaning. Here, on this lonely island, the myth met mortality, and the man behind the legend faced his ultimate fate. Longwood House, a gilded prison. At the heart of Napoleon's exile stands Longwood House, his final residence, now a shrine to memory. Perched on a windswept plateau, the house was damp, drafty, and infested with rats, a far cry from imperial palaces. Each room is preserved as it was: the drawing room where he held court, the billiard room where he replayed lost battles. The most poignant is his small, simple bedroom, where the emperor became achingly human. Here he faced his mortality, far from home and family. Outside, Napoleon created a garden, a patch of order and defiance amid exile. He spent hours tending it, finding solace in the earth. Today, standing in that garden, you connect with the man behind the legend. Longwood House is more than a museum. It's a time capsule, echoing with the presence of a fallen emperor. The silence here is heavy, the air thick with history. In this gilded cage, Napoleon's humanity endures. The island today, a tapestry of green and blue. Beyond Napoleon's shadow, St. Helena dazzles with natural beauty. Emerald hills, sapphire seas, and volcanic peaks. The coastline's sheer cliffs plunge into the Atlantic, while the interior boasts lush cloud forests teeming with unique life. The green heart of the island is a sanctuary for rare plants and insects, fiercely protected by the locals, the saints. Microclimates abound, sunlit valleys, misty highlands, and cool forests, all in a day's drive. The surrounding ocean is alive with dolphins and whale sharks, a diver's paradise of vibrant reefs. Here the sea is not a barrier, but a source of wonder and identity. St. Helena rewards the curious with endless discovery. Nature and history intertwine on every path. Nestled in a steep, dramatic valley on the arid northern coast of St. Helena lies Jamestown, the island's charming and historic capital. Surrounded by rugged cliffs and the endless blue of the Atlantic, this remote outpost feels like a world apart, a place where time seems to slow down and history lingers in the air. Arriving here is like stepping into a living history book. Georgian architecture lines the narrow streets, pastel facades glow in the sunlight, and the gentle pace of life is untouched by the rush of the modern world. Every building and alleyway whispers stories of centuries past, inviting you to explore and discover. The town's crown jewel is Jacob's Ladder, an astonishing staircase of 699 stone steps that rises steeply from the heart of Jamestown up to Ladder Hill. This iconic landmark is both a feat of engineering and a symbol of the island's enduring spirit. Once used to haul goods between the town and the heights above, Jacob's Ladder is now a rite of passage for visitors and locals alike. Climbing to the top rewards you with breathtaking, panoramic views over the harbour, the town, and the wild coastline beyond, a true highlight of any visit. Wander Jamestown's streets and you'll discover the castle, a historic fortress that once guarded the island, and St. James's Church, the oldest Anglican church in the Southern Hemisphere. The local museum is a treasure trove, brimming with artifacts and stories that bring the island's unique heritage to life. Life here revolves around the harbour, which serves as the island's vital lifeline to the outside world. It's a place of constant activity, where boats come and go, and the community gathers to share news and stories. The arrival of the supply ship is a major event, eagerly anticipated by all. It connects St. Helena to distant shores, bringing goods, visitors, and a sense of excitement to the island's daily rhythm. Watch as fishing boats return with the day's catch, and you'll feel the authentic rhythm of island life, one that's shaped by the sea, the land, and the close-knit community that calls Jamestown home. Jamestown is more than just a capital. It's the beating heart and soul of St. Helena, where past and present blend seamlessly and every day brings new stories. Every corner tells a story. Every weathered stone echoes with the footsteps of those who came before. In Jamestown, history isn't just remembered, it's alive, waiting for you to become a part of it. What truly brings an island to life are its people, the saints. Around 4,500 strong, their roots blend European, African, and Chinese heritage, creating a culture all their own. The saints are warm, resilient, and fiercely proud of their home. Life here demands resourcefulness. Gardens flourish, skills are shared, and community ties run deep. Their unique accent and traditions, from plow curry to lively dances, reflect centuries of adaptation. Social life centers on community events and the local pub, where everyone knows your name. Visiting St. Helena means connecting with this extraordinary community. The saints are the living link to the island's story. Their warmth transforms a visit into an unforgettable experience. Reaching St. Helena is an adventure in itself. Once accessible only by sea, the island now welcomes visitors via a dramatic weekly flight from Johannesburg. The approach, over cliffs and endless ocean, is unforgettable. With just one flight a week, you commit to a slower, more immersive pace. Accommodation is personal guest houses and cottages run by local families. Renting a car is essential to explore winding roads and breathtaking vistas. There's no mass tourism here, just peace, solitude, and time to truly be present. Planning and patience are part of the journey. The effort to reach St. Helena makes the experience all the more rewarding. The best destinations, after all, are those that ask you to earn them. On St. Helena, history is everywhere. The island itself is a living museum. Walk the paths of Napoleon, astronomers and prisoners, stand at the Briars Pavilion where Napoleon first stayed, or at his original tomb in Seine Valley. Imagine the lives of sailors, exiles and soldiers who shaped this remote outpost. Here, history becomes a vibrant, emotional story. Not just facts, but lived experience. Travel bridges, past and present, making you a time traveler, not just a tourist. The echoes of the past linger in every landscape and building. St. Helena's story stays with you long after you leave. As my time on St. Helena ends, I reflect on legacy. Napoleon's mark here is intimate, a man confronting mortality, stripped of power, leaving echoes in the island's soil. St. Helena reminds us that history is shaped by personal struggles and quiet resilience. The saint's enduring community is a testament to the human spirit. Journeys like this connect us to the world's hidden stories and to each other. If you've been moved by this tale, join me for more adventures. Subscribe and become part of our traveling family. Thank you for sharing this journey.